Yo, what's the scene, guys? It's your boy. I'm back. It's been it's been a minute since I last posted a video on this channel. When I say a minute, I mean like 2 years. February 2018, I think, was the last time I posted a video on this channel. But I am back and I'm here to stay. Hopefully, you know, if I could actually focus on my tasks at hand and not procrastinate and not just, you know, leave everything undone and just fall into a deep dark hole of depression. Anyways, so yeah, I'm back. I have a couple of announcements I want to make before I actually get into this video. This is by the way, this is my PC building video. You know, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram and that type of stuff. You would have seen that I put together my PC back in April, and I like I said, procrastinated, and I'm now getting into actually, you know, editing this video and whatnot. So, you know, so first things first, I just wanted to announce that I am going to be starting to stream on Twitch from Alright, so first things first, I just wanted to announce that I am going to be starting to stream on Twitch. This is my link right here. I'm going to be starting I'm going to be starting to stream from Monday, the 25th of May. So that'll be like my first official like streaming. The games I'm going to be playing are GTA, because I just downloaded it back on my PC because of Epic Games, you know, they had the free GTA or whatever. So GTA 5, I'm going to be playing that. I'm going to be playing some Warzone and some regular multiplayer on Call of Duty. I'm also going to be playing Apex, and I'm going to be playing Mortal Kombat as well, because you know your boy is a huge Mortal Kombat fan, you feel me? Scorpion tattooed on. Anyways, so yeah, so that's the first thing I wanted to announce. The second thing I wanted to announce is I will be posting as much videos on here as I can. These videos are going to include, you know, probably Twitch highlights or just, you know, tech tips or whatever, like whatever catches my eye and I feel interested enough to actually make a video about it. You know, I'm not just going to try to post, you know, post for the sake of posting, because, you know, I don't really know that kind of thing. But yeah, so that is basically what I wanted to just, you know, touch on, say was the scene. Let all know that, you know, man's just doing ting them. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the parts that I use were... For the processor, I decided to go with an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X 8-core processor. Then for my graphics card, I decided to go with the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 2070 Super with a clock speed of 1785 MHz. For the motherboard, I decided to go with the ASUS Republic of Gamers STRIX B450F. I wanted to do water cooling with this build, so I went with the MasterLiquid ML240L RGB. Then for my power supply, I decided to go with the Corsair RM650W, and this one comes with the extra 8-pin connector as well. The RAM I decided to go with was OLOy's 16GB 3600 MHz sticks. I got these off Newegg for cheap. So for my SSD, I went with the WD Blue 500GB SATA, but I would definitely get the NVMe M.2 instead. Then lastly, for my hard drive, I decided to go with WD Blue's 3.0 terabyte 5400 RPM disk. So basically what went on was, right after I filmed that part of the video, my camera battery died. But then I was like, you know what, no scene, I have two spare batteries, so I should be fine. They are also dead. So while I'm waiting for this to charge, I'm just gonna use my iPhone for now, which is not a big deal because this is just the unboxing part. Anyways, so I have the CPU in my hand right here. Ryzen 3700X. This is the 3rd generation Ryzen CPUs. Reason I went with this one is because it was at a good price. I got it at a good deal on Newegg, and I've heard really good reviews about this particular one for, you know, especially for video editing and whatnot too. So this is the CPU. This is what we have right here. So I'm gonna just slice it open real quick, a little knifey knife. Also, before I forget, I have a roommate who is very passionate about Call of Duty, and he may start to scream sometime throughout this whole process. So if you guys hear some copyright free music playing in the background, please be no minded. I'm just trying to drown out the sound so that I can focus on this build. Alright, cool, great. Also, as soon as I said that, man started to scream. So here we go, copyright free music and the processor. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna just cut this piece open real quick. Alright, so let's see what we have. Ooh, shit. Alright, so I believe this right here is it, ladies and gentlemen? Look at that beauty, 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 beauty. Okay, so all right. So I'm so happy right now that I've been waiting to do this for so long, guys. I have no idea. All right. Look at that beauty, beautiful little chip. Fun fact, when I got my camera laptop, I actually dismantled it and took out the processor and, you know, pressed it on and whatnot, and I made that a keychain. Yeah. I didn't get any thermal paste. Okay. Alright. Wood. Perfect. I really figured it's thermal paste, but anyways, so for the GPU, I decided to go with the Gigabyte Windforce RTX 2070 Super. Reason I went with this one is because one, I got a really good deal on Newegg for it, and I was just like, nah, as much as I wanted to go for the, I had to train myself to say this, not by the ASUS, because I'm so used to saying ASUS, not by. As much as I wanted to go for the ASUS or the MSI or any other brands like that, I just, you know, budget now. So if you look at the back of the box right here, it shows you that two of these fans on the end, it goes in one direction, and then the fan in the middle goes in the opposite direction. Physics that way. And also this GPU is supposed to give me a core clock of 1785 megahertz. So pretty much I got a bang for my buck, if we're being real. So yeah, this is that. This is the GPU that I'm going with for this build. All right, so let me open up this box. Oh, whoa. So I need to stop doing that. Anyways, let me open up this box and see what we're working with. I could find my knife, because apparently I can't find anything to even start. Okay. Not bad, not bad. All right. Then all right. Hopefully, now let's see what we're working with. Okay. This bitch is sexy. Oh my god. Alright, so yeah, we have it. The Gigabyte RTX 2070 Super. The Windforce one. So, I mean, lack of RGB, but I mean, man. I mean, look at my room, though. I have enough RGB as it is. Alright, so next up we have the liquid cooler that I'm going to be using. It is from Cooler Master, and it is the ML240L. Of course, you got to get a little RGB for the liquid coolers because I find it look dope as Alright, so we open it up, see what we're dealing with. So I'm going to cut myself in my face or some shit one day, and I'm like, I'm very careless with this shit. Very, very careless. Wait. Okay. Oh, so that's not the opening. Alright, cool. No, I cannot open that box to save my life, dog. What if
2 hours later.
Alright. Boom. Wow. Okay. Alright, wait. So, Here we have a little. Please, is this no? Is please, 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 please. Yes. Thermal paste talk. Talking about. Alright, so I got a little bit excited, but I was only because I thought I had no thermal paste at all, and I was really mad. More thermal paste talk. There we go. Alright, so this is the liquid cooler. Oops, that was a little too loud. Alright, yeah, so it's the liquid cooler. This right here. It's like the radiator. Alright, nice and nice. Lovely, lovely. Alright, so we're gonna be putting this inside of the computer, of course. It's kind of like a given up. Just felt like I had to say something to break the. Alright, anyways, so yeah, so we have this part right here, and then we also have our two fans that are gonna be lit up RGB. It's gonna look really, really sexy because of my tower. Because look, my tower. Wait till I see the tower. Wait till I see the flecking tower. Just not. Alright, so those are the two fans, and then these are all the brackets and connections and yada yada yada. Alright, we're cool, and that's alright. So that's it for this one. Alright, so next up we have the ASUS. I'm still trying to get used to saying ASUS better because I say ASUS real plenty, or ASUS because I'm trying to get into the OOS part of the thing, but it's a really weird number. So, anyways, excuse my mispronunciation and whatnot. I'm gonna try my best. I promise I'm gonna try my best. Alright, so we have the ASUS Republic of Gamers STRIX B450F board. Reason I went with this board is because I did get it on sale on Newegg. Yes, I love my sale. Alright, another reason I went with the ASUS was because I always was a fan of their motherboards. I was always a fan of the design and how powerful it is. So I decided to go with this one. So something to note, because I'm using a third generation AMD chip, I am gonna have to do a BIOS flash on this motherboard. Pretty much means that the motherboard was really made for the second gen Ryzen chips. So it's either I booted with a second gen Ryzen chip, which I don't have, or I just do a BIOS flash at the first time I turn it on, which is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that's one thing to note with this build. It's a little different from like the average. It's like everything is straightforward of it. So yeah, so this is pretty much the motherboard that I'm gonna be working with. Let's just get this opened up and see what we're working with today. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm real bad at this. I can't. Why even filming this? Like, what's really my? It's not gonna get me a YouTube award. Shit. Damn. Anyways. Ooh, shit, this bitch is sexy as fuck. Oh my god. Shit. Ah! Alright, sorry. Dog, oh my god. Alright, wait. Hold on. Is that ad pay? No. We're not getting no flaking. Skip that. They're playing that ad in the middle of my video. Like if I get to put ads in my own video. No, I'm saying it's like. Anyways. Alright, so here's the beauty. Oh my god. Guys. Oh, I cut it for nothing. I didn't realize it had an opening at the top of the bag. Basically, cut the bag from the guys, look at this beautiful. Oh my god! Look at the fucking. Look at the eye. I'm gonna have so much fun building this PC and using this PC. Oh my god. So moving on. I'll just put that back right there and put it aside because I'm not gonna start the build just yet because I have more products to unbox. Okay, so the next part of this, another, I don't know, like, these people have no respect. All right, so like another, whoa. All right, dog, this is a mess. All right, so the other thing I'm gonna be using is this power supply, which I decided to go with the Corsair RM 650 watt. I mean, my PC, the build that I have according to PC Part Picker, it's supposed to only take up like 447 watts, but I do plan to upgrade my PC in the future, and I do plan to change certain things on it. And I was just like, you know what? If there's one thing I'm gonna prep for the future is a power supply. I wanted to go to a 700 or a 750, but I don't think that my upgrades would get there in the near future, at least. Like, it's not gonna be that high. Anyway, so that's why I decided to go with this power supply, Corsair. And also I really like Corsair. Like, their brand is just fire. So yeah. So let's cut it open, see what it looks like, and see what this is looking like. I'm so happy I get Thermaltake though. Like, that was on my mind. I was like, dog, I cannot build this PC anymore because I have no Thermaltake. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This bitch heavy, dog. Down. Okay. Hold on. Getting better at this and not getting better at this. Alright, so we have it right here. Oof. Hold on. Alright. Alright, so this is it right here. Corsair RM 650, 650 watts of power. Gonna be very, 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 very useful because, like I said, I plan to upgrade my PC in the future. This is my final form, guys. Alright, cool. So that's it for this part. Next up, we have my RAM. Now I decided to go with this brand. I was really gonna go with the Corsair Vengeance LPX6, but due to budget and a really good deal, I decided to go with this one, and I read the reviews on it just to fact check because I didn't want to waste my time and my money. But this brand is OLOy, OLOy. I don't know how to pronounce it. But it has really good reviews, and I guess it's like one of the products that Newegg really pushes because they bundle it with everything for some odd reason. So let me see if I can just open this up real quick. There we go. So here we have it. 2 8 gigabyte sticks to make 16 gigs of RAM, and I do intend on getting 2 more of these to make 32 gigs of RAM in my PC. I just couldn't right now because, like I said, budget and not the right place right now. I mean, we're kind of going through like a kind of a pandemic now, so but yeah, so these are them right here. 16 gigabytes DDR4, 3600 megahertz of RAM. Beautiful. I really like the design of these two. I mean, although I kind of wish they were RGB like the Corsairs, it's really going to do the same job. I mean, like I said, enough RGB already, guys. And then for my SSD, I decided to go with the WD Blue 500 gigs. I really wanted to go for NVMe and use the M.2, but like I said, budget and availability. Usually, I mean, I guess the NVMe they go for like $60, $70 upwards, but I got a steal on this one. I only got it for $35 or $40. So yeah. So this is what I'm going to be using, WD Blue. Let me just open it up real quick. So this is it right here. Little SSD things. Alright, boom, 500 gigs. Should be enough for me. Obviously I want to upgrade to a terabyte sooner or later, but more later than sooner anyway. So I'm going to be using this for now. So let me put this aside. And as we're on the topic of storage, might as well talk about my 3 terabyte hard drive that I'm going to be using. This one is, I think I need 3 terabytes. I don't really think I need 3 terabytes, but at the same time I kind of do because I do plan on editing a lot of 4K videos and whatnot, which is also why I want to get 16 more gigs of RAM for my PC. But yeah, this is going to be my hard drive, 3 terabyte WD Blue, 5400 RPM. I tried to find a 7200, but it just wasn't available in 3 terabytes for some reason. So yeah, boom. That's pretty much all of the products that I have. Oh wait, no. All right, so this is the case that I'm gonna be using to build everything in. Let me just adjust it real quick. So this is the Thermaltake V200 RGB. As you guys can see, there's 3 fans at the front, which lights up in RGB. There's 1 fan at the back, but that doesn't light up, but that's fine. I mean, no one's really gonna be looking at that anyways. And it does have a tempered glass to the side. Also, before I start building, just remembered I forgot the most important part of this PC. The thing that is going to make my PC run at optimum performance and make it the greatest PC of all time. A LeBron James Funko Pop. Alright, so let's get to building. So, first thing we want to do is just unscrew the side panel to the case. Oh, shit. Alright, so this is the internals of the PC. As you guys can see, there's a bunch of cords hanging and whatnot. The fans are already pre-installed, which is good because that's one less thing that I have to do myself. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to flip the PC over and get started on building this page. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is install the CPU. Make sure that this lever right here is lifted up. And then you're going to look for this arrow on the CPU. Let me just get that focus real quick. So that arrow right there, we're going to line up this arrow with the arrow that's also on the motherboard, alright? So we're just going to do that real quick. Make sure everything lines up. And then what we're going to do is just going to come down on the lever right like this. And just lock the processor into place, like so. Alright, so the next thing we're going to work on is installing the liquid cooler on top of the CPU. So I have all the parts right here. I guess this is the bracket I'm going to be using. So I just have to screw the bracket first onto the part that's going to stick on top of the CPU. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Alright, so pretty much for this particular motherboard, these little clips right here is what I'm going to be using. Let me just focus them real quick. Yeah, so this little hook right here, it's going to hook on to this piece right here. So pretty much what I'm going to do is attach the bracket itself to the radiator, and then I'm just going to hook it up, and yeah. Alright, so there's the brackets that I'm going to use for the liquid cooler. So I just screw them real quick, and then I'm just going to install it onto the CPU. Alright, so as you can see, I have the fan mounted onto the motherboard now. I use the little hooks and I just screwed the top part in. It's pretty straightforward. So the next thing I'm going to do real quick is just screw the fans into the radiator part of it. So that way I have a nice little, flow going on. So the next thing we're going to do is place the motherboard. You see where those gold pins are? We're going to line up the holes in the motherboard with the pins. So carefully just place your motherboard and your fan inside of the tower. Make sure you get those pins lined up, because that is where you have to screw the motherboard into the tower so that it stands and it doesn't, shift or fall out of place or anything like that. I actually cut my finger a couple times trying to do this because my motherboard was actually really sharp and it wasn't a fun experience. So yeah, so right now I'm just trying to get it lined up and carefully just trying to make sure everything is in the right place. I was actually getting kind of nervous at this point because I thought I was messing everything up, and I was saying like if my motherboard was scratching, and I've heard that happen with this tower in particular. I watched a guy's video about this tower and he said his motherboard scratched. But I finally got it into place, and now I just have to screw it in with the screws that came at the bottom of the tower. And yeah, we're just gonna finish screwing everything in, and then we move on to the next part of the build. So at this point is basically where I pop the front of the tower off so that I can actually screw the fans in for the liquid coolant. And doing this allows me to mount the fans into the tower so that way when I stand it up vertically it wouldn't be shifting or falling out of place or anything like that. So that's pretty much the first thing I did in this section. And then after it was all screwed in, I just had to stand it upright just to make sure everything was good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is put the RAM into the PC. Just want to make sure the clips are upright so that way you can just easily slide the sticks into the motherboard with no problem. And then I just do this for both sticks. Next thing we're going to be doing is installing the remote for the liquid cooler. The remote basically allows me to control the RGB, how fast it goes, how often it changes color, etc. Basically gives me the full customizability for it. And I'm also going to be using a Molex cable to connect this to the rest of the PC. So this is the female Molex cable that I'm going to be connecting to the male Molex cable that came in the box. This is pretty much a power supply for the liquid cooler itself, and as well as the remote for the RGB and whatnot. The Molex cables are tricky to get in, so don't be worried if you don't get it in on your first try, because it took me a couple of tries to actually get it to fit in the holes. Yes. So what we're gonna do now is take these little pins that came with the liquid cooler and insert them into the RGB splitter, the holes in the RGB splitter. Pretty much the RGB splitter is going to be connected to the remote, and the remote is going to be connected to the power supply of the PC. Pretty much what we're going to do is connect these little pins into the splitter, then connect it into the RGB plug that's coming out from the fan, and then this will pretty much allow the fan to be controlled by the RGB remote, because the fan is already being powered by the motherboard. Now you're gonna notice there's 3 RGB connectors, but there's only 2 fans. Reason being is because the pump also lights up in RGB, so we connect one to one fan, one to the other fan, and then one to the pump. That's giving everybody, some sorts of RGB control. So what we're gonna do now is connect the fans themselves to the motherboard. Because there are 2 separate fans, they also have 2 separate cables. So what we use is a splitter, which essentially combines both cables into one cable, thus allowing us to connect it to the motherboard without having any issues. So pretty much what we do is connect the 2 plugs into the 2 males into the 2 females, and then obviously just plug one of them into the CPU fan slot on the motherboard. Next thing we're going to do is connect the hard drive to the motherboard by using a SATA cable, and I'm going to be connecting it to the SATA port. I'm going to just show a picture so you guys have a clear idea of what it looks like, because I didn't get a good shot of it on the video. So yeah, I'm going to be connecting that cord to the motherboard, run it through the back of the tower, and then lead it down to that little compartment, because that's where the hard drive would ultimately be sitting in the tower. So here we have the 28 pin to 24 pin connector, which will connect the motherboard to the PSU. The extra 4 pins are just sense wires, which would pretty much read the voltages and increase if the voltages happen to drop. So we're just going to go ahead and run it from the back. Make sure all 28 pins are plugged into the PSU. Then we're just going to go ahead and plug the 24 pin into the 24 pin slot in the motherboard. Alright, so unfortunately I lost a couple clips because they were just corrupted and I couldn't recover them. But pretty much what went on in those clips was I did the same exact thing for my hard drive, for my SSD, which was basically plugging a SATA cable into the motherboard and then plugging the other end of the SATA cable onto the SSD, and then screwing it into my tower. I also connected the USB cables, and I also connected the RGB fans and whatnot that actually came with the tower to the motherboard. And that's about it that I did so far. So pretty much the next step is installing the GPU into the motherboard. So I'm gonna do that right now. So pretty much it's just literally pushing the GPU into the motherboard and then connecting the power supply to the GPU. And that's pretty much it, guys. So now I have everything all wired up. I have my GPU connected, I have my CPU connected, I have my fans connected, I have my RGBs connected, I have my USB ports for the tower connected, I have my fans for the tower connected. So this is pretty much how everything would look right before I, put the side panel back on and turn on my PC. And yeah. And this is pretty much the final product. I mean, I have the keyboard, the mouse pad, everything is all lit up in RGB. I have my side panel screwed back on. The only problem I had when I first started it up was one of the fans weren't turning on. But I fixed that issue. I realized I didn't plug in one of the RGB connectors properly. And that was my only problem with it. And yeah, that's about it for this video. So quick reminder, I'm going to be starting to stream on Twitch effective Monday, May 25th. I don't have like an official schedule just yet. I'm still trying to plan that out, but I will be posting, tweets and on my Instagram story about, things that I'm planning to do with that Twitch channel. I also have a dedicated YouTube channel for my Twitch highlights, because I don't want to flood this channel specifically with Twitch highlights. So I'm going to be linking that in the description as well. I also have a separate Twitter and Instagram account for my my gaming channel as well, because like I said, I don't want to be mixing my personal stuff with my gaming stuff too much, because I don't know, I just feel like that could be a hot mess for me and I'm gonna lose track of which identity I want to be on a specific day. But yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope you picked up some pointers from my build, because this was my first actual build, and I do plan to do more in the future once I can collect a bag and whatnot, sort of my finances and things like that. I also have a couple more ideas for videos that I want to do, so you guys can look out for that. I will just be posting everything on my main Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, like I said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, your fam, all that good stuff. And yeah, stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands, put on your mask, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.